This week in the shop, we're actually over at our buddy's house. What year is your Suzuki?
05.
It's an 05 LTZ400. He's having issues with it starting, so we're gonna go through full diagnostics. We're gonna figure out why it's not starting, see if we can get it to run better for him, and go from there. Figure we'll take you guys along for the ride. He's gonna be joining us this week, so this is Buddy. And we got Stitches here too today, as always. So we're gonna set up the camera mount, tripod, and go from there. Basically, what you do to get the plastics off is you start with...
You start with the seat. Then after the seat, you start to get the clips that run alongside here where the tank is. From there, you get the two clips that sit on the fender on each side. There's a 10mm bolt right underneath. There's a bracket here. And there's one on the opposite side. Once you do that, you just gotta finagle the center plastic off. Once you finagle that piece off, then you can take the rest off at the same time. And this is loose enough, you can snake the tank right off after that.
There's two 10mm that sit on the side of the tank as well. We just put a vice grip right on the fuel line itself. So we're gonna run a compression test, see how much compression this thing's got, and go from there.
Yeah, she was burning rich.
Yeah,
Burning super rich.
I think that's what it is then.
Probably, I'm gonna guess either something with the enrichment circuit or the jets are the wrong size.
Possible.
So
well, that's the China carb. That's the whole China carb.
You'll never get the right jets with those Chinese carbs.
Yeah, so that plays a big part. But again, I never, the last time I did a compression test, I didn't get a good seal on it, so hence why I didn't do it.
When was the last time this motor ran?
Right in the beginning of winter.
In the beginning of winter?
Yeah.
Do you want to throw a little WD-40 down the cylinder before we do the compression test? Just lubricate the rings?
Simple.
Figure that way we'll give it the best chance possible. So we're gonna do a couple squirts of PB Blaster, just to touch down the... Oh yeah.
That should be good.
Just a tip. Did you shake it twice?
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Gotta pull the clutch out.
Yeah, pull the clutch.
It's got that safety.
So I'm calling that 125, 123. That's enough that it'll fire on.
Yeah.
And that's cold too, so you figure you warm it up, that'll probably go up to like 135, 140.
That's all good.
So you definitely have compression, that's not it.
Okay.
All right, so we haven't shown you guys on the channel yet, but Stitches picked up a 10-liter ultrasonic cleaner. I picked up a 3-liter. Mine was a little small, so he decided he had to get the right size one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill this up with a mix of Simple Green and water. We're gonna heat it up, probably somewhere around 70 degrees Celsius, which is like 140, 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're gonna let it heat up. It takes a while to heat up. While we do that, we're gonna go through the stock carburetor here. You can see it's dirty, so we're gonna go through, clean it up. There's also a rebuild kit that our buddy got. So this is the All Balls rebuild kit. Okay, so the rebuild kit for the carburetor, the All Balls is 75-1014A. 75-1014. So we're gonna go through, we're gonna change the jets out, we're gonna change out the seals that we can, but we're still gonna run the ultrasonic cleaner through here and go from there. So we'll get that going and we'll check back with you in a few minutes here. So to the right is the jet that came out of the Mikuni. To the left is the jet that came out of the Chinese carburetor. This is the correct size on the right, and on the left you can see that it's substantially larger. It's a 130 jet, And the Chinese carburetor had a 1.35, which I don't even know how they measured it, but there's clearly a big difference. Now, like we said,
Just twist right out though.
the plug was super fouled out, and I'm gonna take 3 guesses and saying that that massive jet was just pissing fuel into the cylinder. So,
Yeah, he pulled all of it out.
all right, cool. All right, we're gonna check for spark. We checked the gap on the spark plug and cleaned it up. Go ahead. Go ahead. Good spark. Nice little blue spark. All right, it's got good spark. Smells like stale furniture polish. And yeah. We pulled the So we pulled the carburetor out of the ultrasonic cleaner. You guys take a look at it. It looks really, really clean. Alright, so we got the carb back on like you guys just saw in the time lapse. We cleaned the carburetor, put it back together, cleaned out the fuel filter, put the tank back on. So we're putting a little fuel in there, and we're gonna see if she wants to fire off.
Okay. Well, turn it on to prime. We should have a prime.
Yep, there is a prime there.
Alright, yeah, now we're trying to get a little something in there. Go ahead. We got flow. Wow.
Go ahead.
Buddy, what was the issue that you had with it initially? It wouldn't do this, correct?
No. So it would run for a couple of seconds, idle, and then shut down, and then it'll be a pain in the ass. It'll be a pain to get back on again.
So what we think it was is the carburetor was dirty. There's still a little schmutz in the fuel. You can see in the filter here, there's a little bit of dirt. So he's gonna swap out the filter. He's gonna clean the tank out a little bit better. New spark plug. But the jets were incorrect, so we sent the carburetor through the ultrasonic cleaner, cleaned it up a little bit, did the rebuild kit with All Balls Racing, so it's got all brand new jets and everything in it. We shut the last clip off because the gasket that came with the All Balls actually was leaking, so we ended up reusing the old gasket. It was a little bit thicker than the one that came with the All Balls Racing rebuild kit. But the machine's idling now, so we're gonna go through, we're gonna put the plastics back on it, get her put back together, and do a recap.
Okay, so I had them come over for a diagnosis and try to fix my quad here. Now that it's running like a champ, we did the carburetor, we did everything we could have done to make it run better. I still have to do a couple of things, Like they said, the spark plug and the filter I have to change, the fuel filter. If you like this content, subscribe, like. Appreciate you guys watching. And see you next time.